Hi, I am Sanjay Patel. In this lecture, we are going to discuss some problems on polar equation of line. In the last lecture, we have derived the polar equation of line and in two different forms. Just recall the two equations. The first equation was P is equal to R into cos of theta minus alpha. And the second equation was the equation of a polar equation of a line passing through 2 points a r1 theta 1 and b r2 theta 2, which is given by sine of theta 1 minus theta 2 upon r is equal to sine of theta minus theta 2 upon r1 minus sine of theta minus theta 1 upon r2. So we are going to see some problems based on these equations. So let us start with the first problem. Say first example. Here the question is find, so find the polar equation. Find the polar equation of a straight line, say passing through 2 points, two distinct points, say a into bracket 2 root 3 comma 0 and b into bracket 2 comma pi by 6. Okay, and also obtain the foot of the perpendicular, from the pole onto this line. So let us understand how to solve this problem. We are given 2 points in the polar coordinate system. So here these are the 2 points a 2 root 3 comma 0 and b 2 comma pi by 6. This I can call say r1 theta 1, where r1 is equal to 2 root 3 and theta 1 equal to 0. This I can call r2 comma theta 2. So r2 is equal to 2 and theta 2 is equal to pi by 6. Now we know that the polar equation, we have the polar equation of line. We have written line AB, which is passing through r1 theta 1 and r2 theta 2 as sine of theta 1 minus theta 2. You must write this equation. Sine of theta minus say theta 2 upon r1 minus sine of theta minus theta 1 upon r2. Okay, so first of all we note down that equation and now just substitute the values. Remember, r and theta are always we take as variables in the polar coordinate systems, like the Cartesian coordinates. In Cartesian coordinates we use the notations or the symbols x and y as variables in all equations. So let us substitute the values which is given here. So I am writing theta 1 is equal to 0 and theta 2, that is pi by 6. Pi by 6. Let me remove this. Theta 2 is pi by 6 upon r. This is equal to sine of theta minus theta 2, that is pi by 6 upon pi by 6 upon r1. What is r1? r1 is 2 root 3. This minus sine of theta minus theta 1, that is 0 upon r2, which is 2. So just if you simplify this, you will get the required polar equation of a line passing through the two given points. But we are also asked to do something more. The question was to find the foot of the perpendicular from the pole onto this line. Suppose we have this polar coordinate system, and this is the line which is passing through these two given points. Suppose A and B are these 2 points, and suppose you obtain the equation, then we want to find the foot of the perpendicular from the pole onto this line. So this M, we want to find what are the polar coordinates. Okay, so this is our question. But generally, whenever you plug in the values, you must simplify the equation as much as possible. So let me simplify this. Let us simplify this equation. The first one is minus sine pi by 6. This first numerator is sine minus sine pi by 6. So that is minus 1 by 2. Sine minus theta is minus sine theta. And no, sine pi by 6 is 1 by 2. Upon r, which is a variable as it is. This sine theta minus pi by 6, I want to expand using the sine alpha minus beta. So sine theta into sine theta into cos pi by 6. What is cos pi by 6? It is root 3 by 2 minus cos theta into sine pi by 6, which is 1 by 2. I am writing the values of that sine pi by 6 and cos pi by 6 upon 2 root 3. This minus sine theta by 2. Okay, and you note that this 2 will be cancelled with this and this. Okay, and then we can rewrite this equation like this: minus 1 upon r is equal to this I can simplify, say 1 upon root 3 into root 3 by 2 sine theta minus 1 by 2 cos theta minus sine theta. Okay, so let us expand this. So this gives us 1 by 2 sine theta, 1 by 2 sine theta, and let me take this root 3 on the other side. Just a minute. Sine theta, this is so let us simplify first. This is equal to 1 by 2 sine theta minus 1 upon 2 root 3 cos theta minus sine theta. Okay, so what I will get here is minus 1 by 2 sine theta. This I am writing as it is. Okay, and here we have on this side minus 1 upon r. So cancelling this minus sign and also multiplying this equation by root 3, or let me multiply both the side by minus root 3. So automatically everything will be settled. So we'll get root 3 upon r. We'll get root 3 upon r is equal to root 3 by 2 sine theta plus 1 by 2 cos theta. On this right hand side, I can see the known trigonometric values here, known trigonometric values in place of this root 3 by 2 and this 1 by 2. I will substitute the values in such a way that I will get a formula for cos alpha minus beta, because I want to convert this equation into our standard equation P is equal to r cos theta minus alpha. So what should I write here? I must write 1 by 2 value in terms of cos for some theta or some alpha. Say, you know, cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2. So I will be writing this term first like this. So cos theta into this cos 1 by 2 I am writing as cos pi by 3. Remember, this is written like this. And this plus sine theta and root 3 by 2 I am replacing by sine pi by 3. So we have that formula cos theta cos pi by 3 plus sine theta sine pi by 3, which you can write as root 3 by r is equal to cos of theta minus pi by 3. Okay. Now multiplying that r on this other side, or taking this r on this other side, we will get root 3 is equal to r into cos of theta minus pi by 3. Okay. So this is of the form, this equation which is of the form P is equal to r cos theta minus alpha. One can say this thing is actually the polar equation of the straight line passing through the given 2 points. But my one more aim in the question is to find the foot of the perpendicular from the pole onto this line. So that's why I have expressed the given equation in the form P equal to r cos theta minus alpha. So we get from this equation, you know, what is the value of P? If you compare the two equations, P is equal to root 3 and you will get alpha is equal to pi by 3. So therefore, the foot of the perpendicular, as you have noted earlier, foot of the perpendicular is m into bracket p comma alpha. So this p and alpha are the polar coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular. So here p is equal to root 3 and alpha is equal to pi by 3. So we have solved this problem. Okay. Let us solve the next problem. Say example number 2. Prove that the 3 points capital A into bracket 2 comma pi, B 2 comma pi by 2 and C root 2 comma 3 pi by 4. Prove that these 3 points are collinear. Okay. Remember that these points are given in the polar coordinate system. Now let us try to prove this. You know, in your higher secondary, you have studied the necessary and sufficient condition for the 3 points in the Cartesian coordinates are collinear. So I am writing that condition. We know that the points A x1 y1, B x2 comma y2 and C x3 comma y3 are collinear if and only if this determinant x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1 and x3 y3 1 is equal to 0. This determinant is equal to 0. So we know this necessary and sufficient condition. So I'll be using this because we don't have any direct way of checking the 3 points in the polar coordinates are collinear. So what I'm going to do here is, let me suppose the coordinates, Cartesian coordinates of the 3 points which are given here. Suppose the Cartesian coordinates of A, B and C are respectively say x1 y1, x2 y2 and x3 comma y3. That means the Cartesian coordinates of A are x1 y1, B are x2 y2 and C are x3 y3. Okay. What I will do is, I will convert these polar coordinates of A, B, C. Suppose this is r1 theta 1, this is r2 theta 2 and these coordinates of C are r3 theta 3. Then you would like to convert this into Cartesian form so that I can use this condition for collinearity. Okay. So let me convert these points in the Cartesian form. So here A, for the point A, which is 2 comma pi, which we have assumed say r1 theta 1, I can write x1 is Cartesian coordinate is equal to r1 cos theta 1, that is 2 cos pi, okay, and y1 is equal to r1 sin theta 1, that is 2 sin pi, and this value is minus 2 and this value is 0 because cos pi is minus 1 and sin pi is 0. So we get for the point A is Cartesian coordinates x1 y1 is equal to minus 2 comma 0. Similarly for the point B, which is 2 comma pi by 2, which we have assumed as r2 theta 2, I will get, now I am writing directly, x2 is equal to r2 cos theta 2. So that is 2 into cos pi by 2. This is r2 and this is theta 2. And y2 is equal to 2 sin pi by 2. It is r2 sin theta 2. So this is nothing but 0 and this is equal to 2. So the coordinates, Cartesian coordinates of the second point, that is B, is 0 and 2. Okay. So we have obtained these two things. So let me put this in the box so we can identify. This is bx2 y2, that is 0 and 2. Let us find the remaining point. The Cartesian coordinates of the third point, that is say for the point C, polar coordinates are root 2 and 3 pi by 4. Root 2 and 3 pi by 4, which is equal to r3 theta 3. So I will get x3 is equal to root 2 cos 3 pi by 4 and y3 is equal to root 2 sin 3 pi by 4. Okay. So that gives us root 2 into what is cos 3 pi by 4. Cos 3 pi by 4 you can write as cos pi minus pi by 4, like this. Cos pi minus pi by 4. because cos pi minus theta is cos theta. And what is pi minus pi by 4? It is 3 pi by 4. So this gives us cos pi by 4 root 2 cos pi by 4. Cos pi minus theta is cos theta, and that is equal to root 2 into 1 upon root 2. So it is finally 1. The same way you can find the value of y3 root 2 sin pi 3 pi by 4 is sin pi minus pi by 4, that is sin pi minus just a minute. Here I made a small correction is required. Cos pi minus theta is minus cos theta, so this will be minus 1, okay, and sin pi minus theta is plus sin theta. It is in the second quadrant, so this will be plus 1 by root 2. So finally it is 1. Okay, that you can do in a similar way. So what I am getting here is the coordinates of the point C, which is x3, y3 are minus 1 and 1. x3, y3 are minus 1 and 1. So you have obtained the Cartesian coordinates of the 3 points which are given in the polar system. So now we'll be verifying that determinant is 0 or not. So now I consider that x1, y1, 1, x2, y2, 1 and x3, y3, 1, this determinant, and I will be checking that this determinant is 0 or not. If it turns out to be 0, it means the 3 points are collinear. The first Cartesian coordinates for the point A, which is x1, y1, it was minus 2, 0, and now this is 1. This is fixed. x2, y2 was 0 and 2. This one as it is. And x3, y3, that is minus 1, 1. So let us simplify this determinant. So minus 2, this is fixed. Okay. And then this into this minus this into this. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Then minus 0 into something is 0 for the second point. And again for the third element in the first row, we can take 1 into plus 1 into this into this minus this into this. This 0 into 1 is 0, and minus 1 into 2 is plus 2. So finally we will get plus 2. So this is equal to minus 2 plus 2 is equal to 0. So we have checked that the determinant of this 3 points is 0, and therefore the 3 points A, B and C are collinear points. These are collinear points. Okay. Okay, now let us take the next problem. Problem number 3. So here I am going to derive an interesting result. Say the distance formula. You know very well the distance formula in Cartesian coordinates. So I am writing like this: obtain the distance formula. Obtain the distance formula for 2 points, any 2 points rather, A r1 theta 1 and B r2 comma theta 2 in polar coordinate system. In the polar coordinate system. Okay. So this is also a very simple thing. What I am going to do is I will make use of the same distance formula what you have learnt in your higher secondary. So first of all, suppose the Cartesian coordinates of A and B are respectively this respectively x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. Okay, that means for A, Cartesian coordinates are x1 y1, for B it is x2 y2. So therefore we have the following relations between this x1 y1 and r1 theta 1. So I can write x1 is equal to r1 into cos theta 1 and y1 is equal to r1 sine theta 1. Same way for x2 y2 and r2 theta 2, we have x2 is equal to r2 cos theta 2 and y2 is equal to r2 sine theta 2. So what I will be getting here is say this relations between Cartesian and the polar coordinates of the points A and B. Now I am going to apply the distance formula for the Cartesian coordinates. So we know that the distance between the 2 points in the Cartesian form x1 y1 and b x2 comma y2 is AB is equal to square root of x1 minus x2 square. You know the formula, difference in the x coordinate square plus difference in y coordinate square. And let us plug in the values of the formulas from equation 1. So what I will get is this thing, x1 is equal to r1 cos theta 1, x2 is equal to r2 cos theta 2 square minus y1 is r1 sin theta 1 minus y2 is r2 sin theta 2 square. Okay, so this, if you simplify using that simple perfect square, and you will get r1 square cos square theta 1 minus 2 r1 r2 cos theta 1 into cos theta 2 plus r2 square cos square theta 2. Okay, then plus I am writing in the square root only, r1 square sin square theta 1 minus 2 r1 r2 sin theta 1 into sin theta 2 plus r2 square into sin theta 2 into sin square theta 2. Okay, so if you collect say some these two terms, say r1 square cos square theta 1 and r1 square sin square theta 1, you will get r1 square, because cos square plus sin square is 1. Here also you will collect r2 square cos square theta 2 and r2 square sin square theta 2, you will get simply r2 square. So I can rewrite this as this is equal to square root of r1 square plus r2 square, okay, for those underlined terms, and for the remaining terms, means this term and this term, I can take minus 2 r1 r2 common, and what remains is in the bracket cos theta 1 cos theta 2 plus sin theta 1 into sin theta 2. So this you can write by your cosine formula, that distance between 2 points AB is equal to square root of r1 square plus r2 square, r1 square plus r2 square minus 2r1 into r2 into cos of, what is this? Cos theta 1 cos theta 2 plus sin theta 1 sin theta 2, that is cos of theta 1 minus theta 2. So this is the required distance formula in the polar coordinate system. Okay, so if we are given two distinct points, A r1 theta 1 and B r2 theta 2, then the distance between them is given by this formula. This is a very useful formula. Okay, using this you can derive some interesting results, or you can solve some problems also. So in the next lecture, I will be teaching you the polar equation of conic, and then we'll solve the problems based on that. So we are going to study new object in the polar coordinate system, and that is a circle. Okay, and then we'll also study polar equation of conic. So in this polar coordinate system, first our aim is to study the polar equations of straight line, then we'll polar equation of a circle, and then polar equation of conic. So thank you.